guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm filming a get to know me K-pop tag. My friends sent me the questions and I added in some of my own, and I just really wanted to share my K-pop journey, my K-pop story, because I feel like I haven't really talked about that a lot on this channel. So before I do ramble a lot along, let's just get into it. So the first question is first K-pop group you've got into. For me it's BTS. They're my guys group and they were the first group I've ever listened to, and also the group that I own most albums of. So they were my first group. How long have you been a K-pop fan? I joined the K-pop fandom, or I've been a K-pop fan since 2017. Release of BTS DNA. It was my first comeback. I got in the K-pop community right when the music video dropped, so I always said that was my first K-pop day as a K-pop fan. First K-pop bias group, again BTS. They were my first bias group. They're still a bias group of mine, so you'll expect a lot of BTS in here. And then current K-pop bias group, so of course it's BTS, but I have a few more. They're all standing mainly on this shelf. So it's Rose, Monsta X and Oneus. Those are my other bias groups. So BTS is my ultimate bias group, and then those are my other bias groups. I really love both all the groups a lot. So yeah, and probably the most recently added in is Monsta X. So those are my current bias groups. First K-pop dance you learned was for me BTS's Mic Drop. I don't know, I've watched that music video and the performance stages so much that I just knew the dance. So that was my first dance I've ever learned. And then the dance you're learning right now, I'm still trying to learn Twilight from oneus. It's definitely a goal. I really want to know how to dance that properly. And another groups, probably Answer by ateez. I really want to learn that as well. So, how did you discover K-pop? Actually, a friend of mine introduced me to K-pop. She was a friend of mine that I know from horseback riding, and she was really into K-pop, and I was still a One Direction fan. So she introduced me to BTS, and the rest is history. I'm a really big K-pop fan now. I'm still a One Direction fan, don't get me wrong, but that's how I got into it. Then the next question is, first K-drama you watched. It's actually a Korean Odyssey. It is on Netflix. It's about this girl who can see ghosts and buys properties, and she buys up properties that are haunted by ghosts, so she can get them for really cheap. She removes the ghosts from it, and then she can sell them off for more expensive. And I believe when she was really young, she rescued a evil spirit or evil angel, something like that, and that's why she's able to see those ghosts. And for some reason, oh my god, it's been so long, but they end up meeting, and I believe she has to do something for him, but she doesn't want to, or she needs him or something. So she ends up getting one of those bracelets that he just falls in love with her, and that's the whole story. But it's amazing. What's the next? Dramas you recommend. So it's not a K-drama because I haven't really watched a lot of K-dramas, but I'm currently watching, I believe it's a Chinese drama, and it's Meteor Garden, and I really recommend it. It's so good. I don't know, it really got sucked me in. I'm not the biggest fan of watching dramas. I'm not the biggest fan of watching TV anyways, but it's really good, and I would recommend it. So the first song I've ever heard was Psy Gangnam Style. I feel like it's for a lot of people the first K-pop song they ever heard, but for me it was Psy Gangnam Style, and at first I really didn't like it, but now I can really appreciate the song much more. Then first female bias. My first female bias that I can call a bias are Momo and Jio from Twice. I'm not the biggest girl group fan or stan, but I really like Twice, and those are my biases, and I don't really have any other biases in any other groups, so them. First male bias. So my first male bias was Jungkook. It is still Jungkook. He is my ultimate bias. So he is my first male bias. Then also your biases for your top group. So for my top group, Jungkook is my BTS bias. wonho is my Monsta X bias. Seoho, I believe I pronounced that right, I hope so, is my oneus bias. Wusong is my the Rose bias. Han, Chan, and Felix are my Stray Kids biases. Haechan and Mark are my NCT biases. And I believe, oh yeah, and San is my ateez bias. So those are my biases of my top groups. Top 5 groups are definitely, like I said, BTS, The Rose, oneus, Monsta X, probably top 5 NCT, just the whole unit. If I could do 6, it's also ateez. I really like the groups. What are more questions? Because I forget so much. Favorite song right now is Answer by ateez. I love that song so much. Even my girl group fans really like the song. So that's so what's the next? What's the group that holds a special place in your heart that isn't your bias group? For me it's probably Stray Kids and the Boys. Those were, after BTS, 2 of the groups I got into. So they're my first leap into the K-pop community instead of the BTS community. So probably those groups. So what is the first K-pop merchandise you've ever bought? For me, it's our 2 BTS albums, and it's Love Yourself Her, the F version, and Love Yourself Tear, the Y version. I bought them together when they were still not that crazy expensive. And I was so confused about everything that came with it and why it had like random letters on the side. But when I got more into BTS and K-pop in general, I understood that there were different versions and collecting things. It's terrible for me. What are some of the prized possessions you own? For me, it are 3 things. It's my signed Monsta X album, my signed MONT album, and my BTS times Pumas. I'm really happy I own all of these things, and it really makes me happy. And the last question is, what was life before you became a K-pop stan? Well, before I became a K-pop stan, I was a Directioner and a really big fan of Formula 1. Still am, but definitely Formula 1 took most of my time, Max and Formula 1. And now it shares the place with K-pop. So that was definitely life before K-pop. I was still a fangirl, still am. It's just a different genre of music I obsess over right now. And that's literally all the questions. I really hope I didn't forget anything, because I forgot a lot of shit. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe, comment something down below. Let me think. What was your life like before you joined the K-pop fandom? Just let me know. I really wanted to know. So that was the end of the video. I really hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up, like I said. And I'll see you guys definitely next time. Bye!